Welcome back to Boovie Stadium on the the campus of Hope College. Alan Babbitt, Sports Information Director here, bringing you Game 2 of this semi-AA doubleheader between two longtime rivals, Hope College, Flying Dutchman, and the Calvin College Knights. These two teams have been playing baseball regularly against each other since 1948. Hope now leads the series 117-68 after a 1-0 win in Game 1. It was Cody Houts, the catcher, coming through with a home run over the left field fence to give the Flying Dutchman the one and only run they needed. And that was enough for starter Connor Grimes and reliever C.J. Ottoman, who combined on a 4-hit shutout to give the Flying Dutchman their third victory of the season and their first since returning from much warmer Florida. Not much, I hear, but at least warmer than today here at Hope College. Just a little over 40 degrees. But it is clear. It is not snowing. Hope College men's lacrosse team was victorious today, 16-4, down in Crawfordsville, Indiana. But they had a lot of snow, and we've not had even a snowflake. Knock on wood. But we'll be back and ready to give you Game 2 as Hope College looks to start MIAA play with a sweep. On the hill is number 19, Sam Balke. For the Flying Dutchman, looking to mirror the success that Connor Grimes had in his start. Connor went 5 2/3 innings. The senior from Grand Haven gave the Flying Dutchman exactly what they needed. And Sam, a sophomore from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Forest Hills Eastern High School, will face off against Quinn Hindingduck, the first baseman for the Knights. And we are underway. A swing. Ball put right into play. And a diving catch. Nicely done by Mason Oppel. And the Flying Dutchmen get the first out of the inning. And next up will be Ricky Padilla, second baseman. Balke kicks and deals. Line drive over the head of first baseman Landon Brower, and that'll be a base hit. We got 2 pitches, 1 out, and 1 base hit. Now batting, playing third base, number 14, Nate Deswan. Defensively, we'll set Hope for you. Evan Mayday's in center field, Jordan Fairchild short, Mason Oppel in right, Danny Carrasco at third, Trey Slansig behind the plate. Nate Swan now up for Calvin, takes ball 1. Landon Brower at first, Nick Lepore in left field, and Brant Kim at second base. Balke kicks and deals. Line drive, center field, right under it is Evan Mayday. The freshman hauls it in for out number 2. And number 10, designated hitter, Ryan Pena, the DH for the Knights in this game 2, was now stepped to the plate. 2 outs, runner on first. Balke kicks and deals. Breaking ball just a little bit high. Wade Mail behind the plate today. Nicholas Sweeney in the infield. Umpires assigned by the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Another breaking ball. Pulled foul. Makes our count 1-1. Very quick game, first one. Just a little over an hour and a half. Pitcher's duel that the Flying Dutchmen were able to earn a 1-0 victory. Pitch from Galke, and line drive up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Runners on first and second, and that'll bring up shortstop for the Knights, the game 1 starting pitcher, John Keene, who threw an excellent game himself, went the distance, gave up just the Cody Houts home run, limited Hope to 3 hits. But he takes his turn at shortstop today, and we'll try to keep this Calvin rally going. Balky, breaking ball, inside corner for strike one. Both teams came in today 2-8 overall. Offense has been the problem for Calvin. Pitching has been the problem for Hope. Ball, no, they just caught the bottom corner, thankfully. I was wrong. That'll be strike number 2. Sam Balky one pitch away from getting out of this early jam. Balky gets a sign from his catcher, Slantic. Balky with a pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it. Nice job by Sam Balky to get the strikeout. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base at the end of 1/2 inning. Hope 0, Calvin 0. So up ordered for this first half inning for Hope. 1, 2, 3 is Mayday, Fairchild, and Apple, with Danny Carrasco batting cleanup, if so fortunate. Clay Francisco on the mound for the Knights. John Edmondson running to the first base coach's box for the Flying Dutchman. Evan Mayday, Hope's top hitter coming into the weekend, coming off a 4-hit performance. Tremendous start to his Hope College career. Francisco kicks and deals. Evan jumps on the first pitch, and that'll be hit foul and get out of play. Again, a little bit, this wind's been kind of gusty, but cutting across from right field to left field. So it tends to really move to the left if you get it up there. Nice breaking ball from Francisco. Mayday down 0-2. Evan, an East Kentwood High School product. Fouls it off. Good piece of hitting there. Stay alive. And played at high school in a very good OK Red Conference, one of the tops in the state. Evan waits for the offering from Calvin hitter, and a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Good pitch, low and away. And that'll be out number 1 to bring up the shortstop, Jordan Fairchild. Hope begins with 2 left-handed hitters.
Now batting number 8, the shortstop, Jordan Fairchild.
Fairchild right on top of the plate, looking to take away that inside corner. Nice breaking pitch. Cuts right in on that inside corner for strike number 1. Ball low, even count it 1-1. Ground ball, just foul. Another one fouled off. But Fairchild was able to stay alive. Mason Knoppel on deck. Mason with a nice sliding catch in the first inning here to take away a hit from the Knights. Another foul ball out of play. Some new baseballs for the pitchers. And again, in these conditions have been more can be more favorable to the pitchers. Those bats in on the hands, balls in on the hands can really sting. Ball down low, good eye. Evens the count at 2-2. Fouls it off. Fairchild looking at his 8th pitch of the at-bat, making Calvin starter Clay Francisco work. There's another one out of play. Fairchild, the pitch. Another one fouled away. Another set of baseballs coming out for the umpire. Tenth pitch here from Francisco. Fly ball driven into center field on the move. Ball shifts over to the left fielder. Redfield, and that is a long out. You see that wind really took that ball. It was a well-hit ball, but just carried right into the left fielder for out number 2. And that'll bring up Mason Oppel.
Number 24, Mason Oppel.
Good breaking pitch from Francisco. Gets Mason out in front. Francisco kicks and deals. This one, Mason stays away, evens the count at 1-1. Line back up the middle, base hit for Mason. And that'll bring up today's cleanup hitter, Danny Carrasco.
Now batting third baseman, number 7, Danny.
Here we are, bottom of the first, scoreless. Second game of this NCAA doubleheader. Just a little bit above 40 degrees. Breezy, but otherwise a nice March day for baseball in Michigan. Oppel gets back after the pickoff attempt by Francisco. These two teams will play again on Monday at Calvin, beginning at 2 o'clock. Fly ball, right field. Ball carrying, drop it in. Base hit for Danny Carrasco. That was a case where that ball hung up on the wind and worked toward the hitter's favor. That'll bring up Trey Slancic. Now Hope with an opportunity to grab the early lead. Calvin got some runners on in the first inning, but was unable to produce anything in their half. And now Hope has a 2-out rally. Catcher position was big for Hope offensively in game one. We'll see what Trace can do here. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Francisco driven into right field. That ball's going to stay up, and that will be an out. Good ride on the ball by Slancic, but got it up in that wind, and this one didn't work in the Flying Dutchman's favor, and so the Flying Dutchman will also have no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We are through 1 here at Hope College. Our score, Hope 0, Calvin 0. Welcome back to Hope College. Sports Information Director Alan Babbitt here, giving you play-by-play for Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Calvin College Knights and Hope College Flying Dutchman. Bo Redfield, the left fielder, will lead off for the Knights. This is batter 6, 7, and 8. First pitch is a ball from Sam Balke. Catcher Logan Marshall on deck for the Knights. Ball 2. Just a challenging all the day, all around if you're out on the field. Just trying to stay warm and stay loose. Strike 1 in there from Sam Balke. It can be an advantage to the pitchers, but they have to be sharp. If they're sharp, they can take advantage of the hitters on a day like today. But if not, it can be a little bit of trouble. Breaking ball, good pitch. Actually looked like more of a fastball. Either way, it's 2-2 the count. Good job by Sam to bounce back to even things up on the Calvin leadoff hitter. Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikes. And now up for the Knights, catcher Logan Marshall.
Now batting the catcher, number 19, Logan Marshall.
And great crowd on here at Boovie Stadium. Very chilly day. Breaking ball just misses, ball 1. Nice to be behind the stands, at least out of the way of that wind for the most part. Balke kicks and deals up high. 2-0 is the count. Also missed. Goes 3-0. Balky kicks and deals. Right down the heart of the plate. Marshall was taking all the way. Ryan Stewart on deck for the Knights. Line drive into the left field corner, and that should go for extra bases. Logan Marshall's going to have a stand-up double. He'll bring up Ryan Stewart, the center fielder.
Now batting the center fielder, number 8, Ryan Stewart.
Ball just missed. Stewart, unlike many of his teammates, short sleeves, no undershirt. Ball just on the corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Fouled away. Balky up now, 1-2. Teams are starting to warm up a little bit of the plate. They combined for just 7 hits in the first game and already 5. And we're not even through 1.5 innings yet. Breaking ball, hit batter. And the Knights will have runners on first and second again. Miles Cooperus up for the Knights. Right fielder. Balky gets a sign from his catcher, Slancic. Fakes, runner back to second. Ground ball, foul. Well, Dutchman certainly would welcome a nice quick double play here to end this threat. But right now, just a matter, even retiring Paris would be a good thing. Ground ball, not going to be enough for 2. Nice job, though, by Landon Brower to get the runner out at second. So Cooperus reaches on a fielder's choice. Stewart is out for the second out of the inning. And Marshall advances to third. Leadoff hitter, Quinn Heinduck in for Calvin. Runners first and third, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Ground ball, foul. That fielder's choice allows the Flying Dutchman to either get an out at first or at second. Toss over from Balky. Fouled away. Sam now up 0-2 with a chance to squelch another rally by the Knights. To our count. Runner going, ball up. Double steal, and that'll score a run. A delayed steal there, and with a low throw. Ground ball to Brower. He handles. It'll take care of it himself and then out on the threat, but not before the Knights get on the board for the first time today. After 1.5 innings, Calvin 1, Hope 0. Back in action here at Bowie Stadium on the campus of Hope College. Game 2 of this doubleheader. We're bottom of the second of Game 2. Calvin with a 1-0 lead after a delayed steal. Netted a run for the Knights. Hope won the first game 1-0 on a Cody Outs solo homer in the 5th inning. Landon Brower retired.
Now batting designated hitter, number 27, Tanner Gilmore.
Tanner Gilmore, designated hitter, up for the Flying Dutchman. Ball on the dirt. Tanner had one of Hope's 3 hits in the first game. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Murrieta, California native. Takes the ball up high. 2-1. Breaking ball ripped into left field. Base hit for Tanner. And the leadoff hitter, second batter of the innings aboard. 1 out. And that'll bring up Nick Lepore, left fielder for the Flying Dutchman.
Now batting left fielder, number 13, Nick Lepore.
Warren De La Salle high school product out of Clinton Township, Michigan. Ball inside. Francisco looks at Gilmore. Lepore fouls it off. Shallow lead for Gilmore, but draws a toss from Francisco. Count 1-1 on Lepore. Pop up. Brings it all the way back to the catcher, and a basket catch for out number 2. Shows you that win again. That third baseman for the Knights, Deswan, came racing in. But Marshall patiently waited. And the ball came back from him just not far from home plate. 2 outs now. Brant Kim, number 9 hitter, and the second baseman for Hope at the plate. Breaking ball for a strike. Evan Mayday looking to bat. He's on deck. Time call. Ball high and tight. Evens the count at 1-1. Ground ball back up the middle. Nicely fielded by Francisco. Tosses it to first, and that'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base for the Flying Dutchman. At the end of 2, Calvin 1, Hope 0.
For Hope College in the bottom of the second inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base.
Back here at Bowie Stadium, Ricky Padilla for the Knights. 2, 3, 4 in the batting order for Calvin to face Sam Balke. Ball just inside. Balke kicks and deals. Little looper, pop up. A basket attempt. Nice try by Danny Carrasco. Unable to haul it in. A tough play running back with the ball kind of blowing back on him. So Padilla will stay alive. Tough over your shoulder catch attempt there. One, of course, that the Flying Dutch would have liked to have, but we'll try to get him out the traditional way. Breaking ball high. Nate Deswan is on deck for Calvin. Ground ball back up the middle, just through the glove of Balke. Base hit. Nate Deswan now up for the Knights. Runner on first. Ball in the dirt. Ball on the inside corner. Evens count 1-1. Knights already have 4 hits, equaling their total from the first game. That Hope won 1-0. Balky in the stretch. Swing, nice off-speed pitch. Gets ahead of the count now, 1-2. Balky checks his sign. Fouled off there by Deswan. Pitch, ground ball. Nice scoop up by Brower. Quickly to second. Back to first. Got him! Double play. Great job. First by Landon Brower. And then Jordan Fairchild with a quick turnaround for the 3-6-3 double play. And now there are 2 outs. Nobody on base. Everything's got to be done just perfectly in order to make that happen. And the fine judgmen were excellent on their execution. Pena now up. Fouls it off. You got to be decisive with the throw to the base, and then you got to get a quick relay throw back, and got to have a fielder hustling to be ready. And Landon Brower and Jordan Fairchild teamed up perfectly to erase the Knights from the base paths, and now 1 strike away from being out of the inning. Balky checks his sign from Slancic, does a quick delivery, just misses low. Sam's got that in his repertoire, just a little quick delivery with his windup that if you're not paying attention can fool you as a batter. Swing and a miss, and that does it for the Knights. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the third. Our score, Calvin 1, Hope 0.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no runners left on base.
1, 2, 3 will be up for Hope. Mayday, Fairchild, and Oppel. Center fielder Evan Mayday leading off for Hope. Flying Dutchman to look to get on the board in this 9-inning contest. MIAA rules are game 1 is 7 innings, game 2 is 9, unless game 1 goes into extras. But the Flying Dutchmen don't want to wait too long. Ground ball to second. And the Knights retire Mayday on the first pitch. Jordan Fairchild now up for Hope. Breaking ball outside. Just on the corner. 1-1 our count. Another strike called. One out here in the bottom of the third. In the dirt, evens the count at 2-2. Fairchild waiting on the delivery from Francisco. Breaking ball looped into shallow left. Wind blows right to the left fielder Redfield for out number 2. That wind took what would have been a pop-up and turned it into a flyout. Mason Oppel up for the Flying Dutchman. Breaking ball in the dirt. Oppel fooled out in front. Swings and misses. Evens the count at 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. 2-1 the count. Thankful to be the weather much worse down in Indiana, south of us. Lacrosse, which Hope College lacrosse men, which won 16-4 at Wabash. They had a blizzard down there in Crawfordsville, Indiana, with 4 to 6 inches of snow, at least 1 inch that came out during the match. But the Flying Dutchmen have grown quite accustomed to playing in cold temperatures and remain hot in the season with their hot start. Fly ball, center field, drifting to left. Another outfield catch by Redfield, and that'll end it. 1-2-3, the Flying Dutchmen go. End of 3, our score. Hope still trails 1-0 to Calvin.
No hits, no errors, no runners left on base.
Back here at Tabooby Stadium at Hope College, 5, 6, and 7 up for the Knights. Beginning with the shortstop, John Keene.
Number 3, John Keene.
Balky delivered. First pitch ripped into left field. Base hit for the Knights. Redfield now up for Calvin. Knights with their 5th hit of the game, surpassing their game 1 total. They out-hit Hope 4-3 in that first game, but Cody Houts had the home run that was the only run of the game and gave Hope a victory. Ball high. Runner going, fly ball. Center field, Evan Mayday camps under it. Keene retreats back to first. First out of the inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Logan Marshall. Ball hits, was it the bat or it did hit the bat, so that will be a fouled off that first pitch hit. Logan's bat, kind of a break for the Flying Dutchman. So that ended up being a foul ball rather than a hit by pitch. Oh, no. Change on that. Foul out of play. 1-2 now the count.
Bush's baked beans, puppy chow are doing light. Bush's baked beans. Congratulations, you are correct.
Balky throws back off, throw in the dirt, but blocked by the runner who was diving back. One and two our count. Fly ball right field. Should be an easy play for Mason Apple. Hauls it in for his second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Ryan Stewart.
Now batting number 8, Ryan.
Center fielder for Calvin. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Fouled off. Keene kicks and deals just a little bit high. 1-2 the count. Runners going, ball outside. That's going to be a stolen base. For Keene, count is even at 2-2. Just missed low. Brings the count full. Miles Couperas up next for the Knights. Pitch, line drive. Right field. Caught by Mason Opple. That'll end the threat. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Our score, Calvin 1, Hope 0. Back to live action here at Movie Stadium.
Leading off the 4th inning for Hope College.
4, 5, 6 up for Hope.
Carrasco.
Third baseman Danny Carrasco will lead off for the Flying Dutchman. Ground ball to Deswan at third. Fires over, falls. They're calling him out on the tag. First out of the inning.
Number 12, Trace Slancek.
Catcher Trace Slancek now up for the Flying Dutchman, who have equaled their hit total from the first game but are looking for their first run. Francisco with a breaking ball in the dirt. Gets the appeal. Nope, says the umpire. Swing, fly ball in the center field or shallow center, caught by the shortstop Keene. And that'll bring up Landon Brower with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Landon Brower.
Ball 1. Pitch to Brower. That one low. 2-0 is the count. Strike 1 called. Ball 3 in the dirt. 3-1 the count. Tanner Gilmore on deck if Landon Brower is able to get on base. fouled off. Count now full. Francisco gets the sign and deals. Swing and a miss, and that'll do it for the Flying Dutchman. 1-2-3 inning. We're through 4 here at Bowie Stadium. In Game 2 of this NCAA doubleheader, our score, Calvin 1, Hope 0. Miles fouls off the first pitch from Sam Balke here in the 5th inning. Again, special thanks to Lawrence and Vandersward for supporting Hope College Athletics and helping us bring our athletic live streaming to you, including today's doubleheader in baseball. Checked his swing, so the count is even at 1-1. Hit by batter. So Knights will get the leadoff runner on, or leadoff batter on, and now they'll bring up their leadoff batter, top of the order.
Number 34,
Quinn Hyenduck now up for Flying Dutchman. That'll bring a visit from Trace Lancic and Danny Carrasco trying to settle their pitcher down. Hope. Now we're going to get a visit from pitching coach Dave Wysocki. Looks like the Flying Dutchman will get some work in their pen going. Second hit batter by Balke today. Visit was a quick one. And now we'll get back to action. Knights put down a bunt. The ball is ruled foul. Knights looking to add to their lead. Used a delayed steal in the 2nd inning to get their first run of the game. Balke with the throw over. bunt again. It is also foul. Oh, to our count. One would suspect that we would not see a bunt anymore, but that is not a certainty. Ground ball sharply off the glove of Brower, and that's going to be a base hit. An infield single.
Number 23, Ricky Padilla.
Ricky Padilla up for the Knights. We got a lefty and a righty throwing in the Hope bullpen. Bunt. Fouled off for strike one. Again, run scoring's been the issue for Calvin so far this season, so they're being very aggressive. Breaking ball. Sacrifice in front of the plate. Throw the third, not in time. The Knights have the bases loaded. Gutierrez was on the move immediately when that ball was hit, and just not enough time. And I think we're going to get a pitching change, calling for the left-hander. And that'll be it for Sam Balke. He's responsible for the 3 runners on base. And we'll have a pitching change here, top of the 5th. Matt Van Dyken will come in, the left-hander, to face the left-handed hitting Deswan. Here in a pressure-packed situation for the Flying Dutchman. Calvin has the bases loaded with nobody out. And we'll be right back after Matt finishes warm-ups. Matt Van Dyken, sophomore from Zeeland East High School, nearby, has completed his warm-up tosses and will come in with the bases loaded. And Calvin threatening to tack on to a 1-0 lead here in the second game of this doubleheader. Van Dyken, drive to deep right field, and it's in. This could clear the bases. At least it's going to get 2 in. The Knights will hold, and a double for Deswan, and the Knights lead 3-0.
Now batting number 10, Ryan Pena.
Ryan Pena now up for Hope. Pops straight up. Danny Carrasco hauls it in. Flying Dutchman to get the first out of the inning. Much needed out for the Flying Dutchman. And that'll bring up John Keene, the shortstop for the Knights. Stu Fritz will come out now, probably going to switch to a right-hander. Checking here who's coming in for Hope. Eric Simons, freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Forest Hill Central product, will now take to the mound for the Flying Dutchman. And we'll be back after he finishes his warm-up. John Keene up will face Eric Simons. Freshman comes in with the Knights having runners on second and third. And one out. Ball in the dirt. Simons from the stretch. Nice breaking ball in there for strike one. Evens the count. Ball up high. Fly ball. Shallow center field. Mayday coming in. Oppel coming in. Oppel makes the catch. And the Knights weren't tracking, so a break for Hope. Nice hustle on the defensive end and a base runner who got caught in between instead of being tagging, and the Flying Dutchman are one out from getting out of this rally by the Knights. That'll leave it up to Bo Redfield for Calvin. Ground ball, and that should do it. Kim with a toss to first. Nice stretch there by Landon Brower. And And that ends the threat. 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 errors, 2 left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Calvin College 3, Hope 0. Correct, no errors.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for Hope College, designated hitter number 27, Tanner Gilmore.
Tanner Gilmore looking for his second hit of the game. Will lead off for Hope. Clay Francisco has kept the Flying Dutchman quiet so far, halfway through this 9-inning game. Ground ball, Gilmore. Gilmore to short, throw over to first, and the Knights get the first out of the inning. Nick Lepore, left fielder for Hope. Pitch put in play, ground ball to third, bobbled by Deswan and not able to hand it. The Flying Dutchman get a runner on, thanks to the fielding error. That'll bring up
Number 10,
Brant Kim, number 9 hitter for Hope, and the second baseman. Line drive up the middle. Nice running catch by the Calvin center fielder. Hustles it back in, but fortunately for the fortunately for the Flying Dutchman, Nick was paying attention and was able to get back in time.
number 1, Evan Mayday.
And now 2 outs, and that'll leave it up to the leadoff hitter Evan Mayday, who's been held in check so far by Calvin. Evan very dangerous though. Already has a 4-hit day in his young Hope career. Flying Dutchman could use one right now. Ball 1. Lepore with a small lead. Breaking ball up high. Makes the count 2-0. Good patience by Evan. As much as he'd like to hit, the Flying Dutchman just need him on base. Need base runners to get back in this contest. Throw back to first. Francisco checks. Line drive, there it is. Base hit, Evan Mayday. Comes through, and the runner, Hope has runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Nice job by Evan of just going with the pitch. Not trying to do too much. And that brings up Jordan Fairchild, shortstop for the Flying Dutchman. Fairchild waits for the pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Again, very cold, windy day here, but sun is peeking out. And for late March, we will take it. Another breaking ball, just misses. Evens the count at 1-1. Ball up high. 2-1 now the count. Mason Apple on deck. Would love an opportunity to at bat. To get an at bat. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Good pitch by Francisco there to even the count. And now he's one pitch from getting out of a jam. Ground ball, foul. The Knights have a righty and a lefty going in their bullpen as well. Cannot make out their numbers from our vantage point here. Although it does look like Trevor Van Dyne might be one of them. Right-hander. The left-hander for the Knights still have his sweatshirt on. Focus back here. Fairchild. Ground ball right back to Francisco. Look down. Hey, look what's in my glove. And unfortunately for the Flying Dutchman, that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 left on base. End of 5. It's Calvin 3, Hope 0. Back in action here. Logan Marshall up the plate. Foul, putting in foul play. Landon Brower on the run and won't get it. Top of the Calvin dugout. A little cue ball shot and just kind of spun and kept spinning away. And Landon was hoping that the wind would keep it in play. But Logan's going to get another at-bat here. 7, 8, 9 in the Calvin lineup. The Knights lead 3-0. 1 run in the 2nd. And 2 in the 5th. Mason Apple with a diving catch. Nice job by Mason Oppel with another diving catch.
Number 8, Ryan Stewart.
Ryan Stewart now up for the Knights.
Grass stains I can handle. It's that red clay.
First pitch from Simons is a ball. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking pitch from Eric. Evens the count at 1-1. Eric is ready to go. He is not wasting time, which is a good sign for a pitcher. Catches the corner. 1-2 the count. Infielders love pitchers who love to work fast. I know in my day, a long time ago, not at this level even, but high school level, I was moving too slow. My infielders would let me know. They like fast-moving pitchers, keeps them on their toes, keeps them ready to go. Count now full. Wind-up delivery. Little looper over to Brant Kim, who handles it. And retires Ryan Stewart for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Miles Couperis, number 9 hitter in the Calvin lineup. Ball high. Simons kicks and deals. Ground ball foul down the first base line. Evens the count at 1-1. Ball low. And the pitch. Breaking pitch in there nicely. Evens the count at 2-2. Eric's like, all right, let's go. I want to get to the warm dugout. Or warmish dugout, probably on a day like today. Pitch just missed low. Goes full count again. Flying Dutchman having an arm going in the bullpen as well. Pitch. Foul. Pushed out of play. And a 2-out walk.
Number 34, Quinn Hayduck.
2-out walk brings up Quinn Hyenduck. Couperis is on the move. Steals the baseball, gets into center field, but the runner stays at second. That was ball one. Breaking ball, little looper, and caught by Jordan Fairchild. No problem there. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Hopes trails Calvin 3-0. way Francisco completes his warm-up tosses. We're ready for the bottom of the sixth. 3-4-5, the heart of the Hope College order. Flying Dutchman looking to get on the board in this 9-inning game. Right fielder Mason Oppel will look to add some more offense to his pretty spectacular day defensively. 3 diving catches, but he'll look to get on base and get a rally started for Hope. Ball in the dirt. Flying Dutchman need base runners first and foremost. Popped up behind the plate. See if there's room. Yes! Mason Oppel is retired. Cleanup hitter Danny Carrasco up for Hope. Carrasco waits for the pitch. Down and in for a ball. Ground ball to third, scooped up by Deswan. Throw to first in the dirt, and it's wild. Hustle there by Logan Marshall, the Calvin catcher. So Carrasco can advance to second, but he does reach on the throwing error.
Number 12, Trace Slanchik.
Trey Slansek, the catcher, up for Hope. My Dutchman will look to take advantage of the Calvin throwing error. Now it's just a righty throwing in the Calvin bullpen. Ball low. Pitch down and away, 2-0. Important for Chase to be patient here. A walk is as good as a hit in this situation for Hope. Strike right down the middle. Makes the count 2-1. Ball in the dirt, makes the count 3-1. Slancic adjusts his batting glove, now gets ready. Francisco looks for a sign, takes a step off the mound. Strike right down the heart of the plate. 3-2. Strike 3. Fastball caught Trace off guard. Big strikeout for Francisco. And that'll bring up Landon Brower here with 2 outs. Dutchman just 1 run so far in 12 2/3 innings against the Knights today. Landon Brower, little looper going foul, and no, that ball fortunately was fading away from the Calvin first baseman. Strike 2 the call. Oh, 2 the count. Brower gets time from the umpire. Tanner Gilmer on base. Strike 3 the call, and the Flying Dutchman go down. We are through 6.
For Hope College in the 6th, no runs, no hits, no errors,
Oh.
one runner left on base.
End of 6. Our score, Calvin 3, Hope 0. Back in action here.
Number 23, Ricky Padilla.
Ricky Padilla up for the Knights. Fouled off. Ground ball in between. A hop thrown by Fairchild with the tag and safe. And that, normally you don't like a base runner sliding into first because he slows the momentum down, but that worked for the Knights in this case. And an infield single for Padilla. Great job by Fairchild. He had Carrasco diving for the ball, but the ball took a hop and landed right in Jordan. He got as much on the throw as he could, but Padilla beat it out for an infield single. Nate Deswan, who came up big in his last at-bat with a 2-run double to push the Knights' lead to 3-0. Another ball low, count now 2-0. Pitch, fly ball left field. Nick Lepore going back and catches it for out number 1. That'll bring up cleanup batter for the Knights, Ryan Pena. Knights on the move. Not this time. Nice throw by Trace Slancic. Nice tag there by Brant Kim. Bases are clear with 2 outs. Swing and a miss by Pena. Count now 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. Slant stick to Brower to end the inning for the Knights. No run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Our score, Calvin 3, Hope 0. New pitcher here for the Knights. Clay Francisco has finished an outstanding performance, and he will be replaced on the mound by right-hander Trevor Van Dyne, Jenison High School product. The book closed on Clay. 6 innings, 4 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, 75 pitches and 50 strikes, 8 flyouts and 6 groundouts. So great job by Clay. Flying Dutchman will look for better success against the Calvin bullpen. Tanner Gilmore up for Hope. Gilmore 1 for 2 on the day. Takes a pitch high. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Caught the inside corner. Flying Dutchman just haven't been able to generate much pressure on Calvin. Gilmore fouls it off. Count stays 1-2. Another one fouled back. Gilmore out in front, but fouls it off, so stays alive. Van Dyne deals. Strike 3 right on the corner. Flying Dutchman get caught looking again. And that'll bring up Nick Lepore.
Number 13, Nick Lepore.
Three consecutive batters have been caught looking. for Hope. Strike from the side one here, evens the count at 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, takes a funny bounce. Nice job by John Keene. That ball just kind of squirted left on him, but he was able to stay with it, and unfortunately for the Flying Dutchman, he could get Nick Lepore in time. 2 outs for Hope. Brant Kim now at the plate for the Flying Dutchman. Strike one called. Fouled back. 0-2's the count. Ball outside. Line drive right at Keene. Picks it up. Throws to first in time, and that'll do it. 1-2-3 go. The Flying Dutchman in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th inning. Our score, Hope trails Calvin 3-0. Back in action here at Movie Stadium. Eric Simons on the mound for Hope. John Keene at the plate for the Knights. Fly ball, center field. Evan Mayday hauls it in for out number 1. And that'll bring up Bo Redfield. Fouled straight back. Ball there, evens the count at 1-1. Simons back to work. Ball fades in. Ball 2. Simons with the pitch, sharply hit, but Danny Carrasco scoops it up, fires to first. For the second out of the inning, that'll leave it up to catcher Logan Marshall.
Number 19, Logan Marshall.
Flying Dutchmen have the top of their order coming up to bat in the 8th. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Ball high. Ball low. 2-1 the count. Ground ball sharply underneath the glove of Jordan Fairchild.
Number 8, Ryan Stewart.
2-out single for Marshall. That brings up Ryan Stewart. Pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Ball in the dirt. And Marshall hustles on. Wild pitch. Strike two. Eric one pitch away from getting out of this inning. Pitch grounder right back to the mound. Eric Simon's ready for it. Retires the Knights. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Our score, Calvin College 3, Hope College 0. Back in action here at Bowie Stadium on the campus of Hope College. Flying Dutchman looking for a late rally here against the Knights in Game 2 and avoid a split of this doubleheader that opens MIAA play. 1, 2, and 3 in the batting order for the Flying Dutchman, led by Evan Mayday, who had his first hit in his last at bat. Fouled away. And these two teams will finish up their series on Monday with a scheduled 2 p.m. doubleheader at Calvin. And the Flying Dutchmen head to Olivet next Thursday and are home back here at Bowie Stadium on Saturday to wrap up their series with Olivet. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Evan Mayday gets a leadoff single. 2 hits in a row for Evan. That brings up Jordan Fairchild. Mason Oppel is on deck.
Number 8, Jordan Fairchild.
Ball high. Calvin does have a left-hander warming up in the bullpen, but he does still have his sweatshirt on, so I'm not sure quite yet if he's a factor or not. Throw over on Mayday. Next two batters after Fairchild are both right-handed. Strike one, the call. Evens the count at 1-1. Wind is blowing out to left field. A little bit less of the crosswind, but it's been kind of going back and forth a little bit. 1-1 the count. And the pitch outside. Good eye there by Fairchild. Van Dyne with the sign. Pitch, ground ball sharply off the first baseman's glove. Mayday races to third. And the Flying Dutchmen have their best threat of the day. I think it hit. Ball was hit so hard. A play the first baseman would want to make.
Number 24, Mason Oppel.
But a sharply hit ground ball, and that brings Mason Oppel up to bat for the Flying Dutchman. Flying Dutchmen haven't scored since the fifth inning of Game 1 when Cody Houts delivered the go-ahead homer in a 1-0 victory. They'll need a few more runs this afternoon, but a threat brewing for Hope. Breaking ball, nice pitch, just catches the corner. But not necessarily the pitch Mason was looking for, so wisely held out. Driven up to the right field. Going to be caught. Mayday will tag. And the Flying Dutchmen have their first run of the game. Hard hit ball by Mason Oppel. It looked like it could be trouble, but unfortunately right at the Calvin right fielder. RBI sacrifice fly. Flying Dutchmen have their first run of the game. And that brings up Danny Carrasco. 3-1 now our score.
Number 7, Danny Carrasco.
Breaking pitch on the inside corner. Van Dyne with the throw to first. Fairchild slides in safely. Breaking ball stays inside. Evens the count at 1-1. Again, a 9-inning game. It's scheduled in MIAA play as long as the first game in a doubleheader does not go extra innings. Carrasco waits. Looper back to first. High throw. Fortunately for the Flying Dutchman, that gave Fairchild time to slide in. But the Knights get the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Trey Slanchek, the catcher. Slancic with the opportunity to keep this rally going. Landon Brower on deck for Hope. Flying Dutchman down 3-1. And Dine waits. Deals. Strike on the outside corner. Grounder sharply to short. Easy play for Keene. Retires Fairchild at second, and that'll do it. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the 9th inning. Our score, Hope trailing 3-1 to Calvin. New pitcher for the Flying Dutchman. Freshman Sean Hoy from West Ottawa High School here in Holland. We'll take her over on the mound. We'll try to retire the Knights to give the Flying Dutchman one last chance to either tie or win it in the last inning.
Now pitching for Hope College, number 29, Sean Hoy. Sean Hoy now on the mound for the Dutch. At the plate for Calvin, number 5, Miles Capuris.
Capuris at bat for the Flying Dutchman. Or, excuse me, at bat for the Knights. Here in the top of the 9th. Ball low. From 9-1-2 in this inning for Calvin. Line drive, nicely caught by Brant Kim. Quinn Hyenduck for the Knights. Pitch, breaking ball low, ball 1. Sharply hit in the left field, base hit. Calvin gets its 10th hit of the day, or of the game.
Number 23,
Ricky Padilla in for the Knights at the plate. Nate DeSwan on deck for Calvin. Ground ball right back to the pitcher, knocked down. Struggles with it, but wisely picks it up and gets the runner at first for the second out of the inning. He would not have gotten, if he still tried to get it to second, he would have not gotten him, and Knights would have had first and second on. So get at least one out. And DeSwan up. DeSwan really the difference in this game with the 2-run double in the 5th inning. Flying Dutchman will try to keep him from adding an insurance run. the stretch. Ball inside. Flying Dutchman look like they're going to intentionally walk. Van Swan. And that'll be the case. And now up for Calvin, the Knights cleanup hitter, Ryan Pena. Runners on first and second. Looks like number one, pinch runner for James Boyce, will run for Deswan.
Now running for Deswan at first base, number one, James Boyce.
Strike on the outside corner. Good pitch from Hoy. Slancic sets up on the outside corner again. Ball fouled away. 0-2 the count now. Ball lifted to center field. Evan Mayday with a dive and brings it in to end the inning. Nice play by the freshman center fielder. No runs, one hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Flying Dutchman's last chance. They trail Calvin 3-1. Back here at Hope College, bottom of the ninth, some substitutions for the Knights. James Boyce stays in the game, but moves to second base. Ricky Padilla moves from second base over to third. And it'll be the bottom, or 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Hope. Flying Dutch need at least 2 runs to force extra innings. Or they need 3 runs to win it. Landon Brower, Hope's first baseman, will be first up, facing Trevor Van Dyne. First pitch, a ball. Van Dyne looking to pick up the save. Little check swing, grounder. 3-1 on the putout.
Number 27, Tanner Gilmore.
Tanner Gilmore, designated hitter for Hope. We'll attempt to get a Hope rally jump started. Weak ground ball to second. Ball scooted away, but Gilmore retired in time. Flying Dutchmen are down to their last out.
Number 13.
Nick Lepore up for Hope.
Lepore.
Strike right down the heart of the plate. Fly ball lifted to right field. This could potentially do it. And there's the last out. Our final score here, game 2. Calvin College 3, Hope College 1. The two teams split the doubleheader. And we'll be back in action this Monday at Calvin at 2 o'clock. Again, and thank you to Lawrence and Vanderswarp for their continued support of Hope Athletics and helping bring in live stream of both of today's baseball games and other Hope contests throughout the school year. Thank you for watching and listening. Hope to have you again watching Hope Athletics very soon. Again, our final score, Game 2, 3-1 Calvin after a 1-0 victory in Game 1 for Hope. This is Alan Babbitt, Hope College Sports Information Director, wishing you a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we'll look forward to having you back watching Hope Athletics very soon.